Yes, one of my main kind of frustrations, one of the main things that occupies my mind since the last year or something has been the law and the Bible, the state and the church, and the media. The church, the state and the media create a really powerful trio, and it's said that the church and the state are not connected. But when we look into law, a lot of legal documents are based on the Bible. And so I think the argument that we need to look at is not whether God exists or who created the earth or anything to do with the matter. That doesn't matter. The book itself, the book of books, the Bible, it is a book. So we're dealing with literature, we're dealing with literary devices, we're dealing with concepts, an idea. So the idea of the 7 days of creation it's an idea that we've mutually agreed on for the sake of the literal device, the legal fiction, the fiction of the world that we've built in order to reflect the world, to give it a description, to be able to put it on paper, pass it through time and space. So the argument was not who created everything, but what have we agreed on as a concept of God. And that's what I'm looking into a lot, of trying to make you, the viewer, understand that it's up to you to use your interpretation of books like the Bible. No matter how many people believe it to be one way, it does not make that way to be true. And in fact, if that popular belief, be it the false belief, then it's better to stay away from that false belief. And it's better to find out what that false belief is and maybe lead those people into some understanding. And so that's what this is all about, is comprehension and understanding. And one of the most important things is that we understand what a word really means, not just how we've seen it used. We hear a word like sacrifice and instantly think that there's somebody on an altar being cut open, or we think of the word slave, we think of a master and a whip. So we have to begin to understand words properly, and we have to get our heads really into the fact that Paperworld exists because we give it spirit. But the real world, the living world, goes beyond that paper world. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video or podcast or whatever I do. Cheerio.